Hey, welcome back to Comic Book News. If you're like me, Star Wars is something that you may feel passed you by a while ago. I have not seen The Rise of Skywalker. Heck, I haven't even seen The Last Jedi yet. And I didn't feel like I was missing much. I felt like Star Wars had passed me by. That is until Disney's The Mandalorian came out, right? This is made for dudes of my era and ilk. Guys who grew up watching this stuff, TV shows from the 70s, especially a lot of westerns like Clint Eastwood movies, spaghetti westerns, TV shows like The Wild Wild West, even Kung Fu with David Carradine. You can see all the influences written all over The Mandalorian, and I love it. One thing that you don't hear a lot of people talking about, you hear a lot of people saying that it's a space western, which of course it is in many ways, but of course many of those westerns it drew influence from Japanese samurai movies, and of course many of those drew inspiration from Japanese comics about samurais. So if you haven't guessed already, of course I'm talking about Lone Wolf and Cub. Today on Comic Book News, we're going to explore the comic book connection between this legendary, historic manga and a great Star Wars TV show. So we're going to see how that the comics inspire the movies, that inspire the TV shows, that keep us excited as fans, right? How do they do it? Well, they do it because this is the way. Hey, welcome back. I know it's been a while. I've been a little bit under the weather. Thank you for your patience. I've been taking care of my family and myself. And today, we're going to get back to talking about comics. That's right. This is a show about comics. So I've been wanting to talk about The Mandalorian. I've been watching it all season long, but I wanted to get the particular comics connection. So today, we're going to talk a little, maybe less about The Mandalorian, a little bit more about Lone Wolf and Cub, but also what we know about Lone Wolf and Cub and how maybe that tells us what might be coming in season 2 of The Mandalorian. So let's check it out. First of all, let's talk about Lone Wolf and Cub, right? This comic, this manga, originally debuted in Japan in 1970. It was written by Kazuo Koike and drawn by Goseki Kojima. Sorry if I messed those names up. Man, and it's been adapted many times in Japan, including 6 movies and a TV show. There have been other comic book adaptations of it. I mean, here in the United States, there was an adaptation of the comic called The Road to Perdition, right? Starring Tom Hanks as a sort of Prohibition era gangster's assassin, and that's sort of the story of Lone Wolf and Cub, right? Ogami Ito was the shogun's assassin, the guy that stood behind him and chopped their heads off when the lords or whoever were committing ritual suicide, seppuku. He would be there to back them up. Anyway, the story grows that people were more afraid of the executioner maybe than the shogun himself. So things happened, betrayals happened, and the Ogami Ito's wife was killed. He was able to grab his son, and as he was making his escape, he gave the son one chance. He put in front of him a ball and a sword and gave the kid one chance to make his choice in life. If he had chosen the ball, he would have killed the baby and sent him to be with his mother, but instead, the baby, Daigoro, chose the sword, thus putting him on the path of the warrior's way. His father would take him, train him as a warrior, and they would seek revenge for the death of his mother. Does this sound like Mandalorian at all? Of course, Mando is seeking vengeance for the death of his parents, and he's the adopted parents of Baby Yoda, or maybe we call him Goro Dai. I don't know. That's cheesy, but just my thinking on it. So there's an obvious connection, right? Right down to the baby carriage and Mandalorian's use of that anti-gravity pram. We're going to talk a little bit about that, about what's so cool about it in the comics, and where I think, almost positive, where that's leading to stuff that we're going to see next season. So, without spoiling it at all, let's go check things out, shall we, in the $1 Million Comics Camp, or should I say, the $1 Million Movie Cam. Here we are in the $1 Million Movie Cam, so I'm just gonna step aside and let's check out the preview for a movie you might have a hard time finding. It's called Shogun Assassin. Okay, now if you can't see any Mandalorian or Star Wars stuff in there, I just don't think you're looking hard enough. But obviously you can, right? Great looking movie. Find it if you can. Check it out. I mean, spoiler alert, they're going to go seek revenge and they're probably going to get it in the end, right? Okay. But let's talk about that cart for a second, okay? So you might have seen 1 second in there where you see a little blade come out of the cart. Well, that's just the beginning of what the cart has in store. In fact, I was searching around online because I wanted to get some good pictures of this, and I found this great commission. This guy, Saul Good Sam, you can look this up. If you look up Lone Wolf and Cub cart, you're going to find it. You can buy this commission that he did, which shows all the nifty built-in weapons, right? The side blades out of the wheels we saw, but man, there's a lot of other cool stuff built into the cart that we get to see throughout the series. And come on, if you watched Mandalorian, you remember the old guy voiced by Nick Nolte. I have spoken, that dude. And if you remember, Mando asked him to add some padding to the cart, and he's like, you know, I can maybe do a little better than that. I'll build you a new one. And that's all we saw. You know, that guy is like a trained mechanic, astromech, whatever you want to call him. Obviously, he's going to build in some secrets and some stuff to protect the baby into that cart. And I'm sure we're going to see it in the upcoming season. And I just can't wait to see that. Can you tell I'm excited for Star Wars and The Mandalorian? Man, that in itself is almost a miracle. You know what I'm also excited about? Comic book news. This channel. Guys, we've been growing. Been going for about 6 months or so doing this thing, and I'm at 500 plus subscribers. I don't know if that's fast or slow or what, but I'm really happy with it because what I'm seeing is not just people subscribing and never watching it. I'm seeing repeat viewers. I'm seeing repeat comments down there in the comment section where I get all kinds of insights into comics and things that I never really knew about. So thank you. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. Hey, hit that little bell for notifications if you want stuff about more videos. Am I going to do more Mandalorian stuff? Probably not until the new season comes out, if even then. I mean, if there's a direct comic book connection, I'll bring it up and I'll talk about it on this show because, man, I love talking about comics. I've probably got one more video in me for 2019. I want to do a end of the year wrap up, maybe a best of, worst of kind of thing for the year and get us clued into maybe what's coming for 2020. I got big plans to add more and more features to comic book news, more back issue reviews, more interviews, more special stuff like this video. So again, thanks for subscribing. We will check you out next time. And hey, thanks for watching.